welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we'll be smoothing out the hair on this lace closure and getting it ready before we touch the other section, before we touch the rest of the cap, okay? While I will not be doing much talking, I shall be keeping my promise to keep an eye on the comments so I can address your comments, concerns, or questions you may have in case you are thinking about attempting this yourself, even if you're just saying hello. So without further ado, let's lock in. So we're going to take this loose and we're going to apply a form of heat. And I'm going to give y'all a sound warning for those of you that watch this type of stuff, or you just watch YouTube period with you just watch it with headphones, but no sound warning yet. Do it yourself lace closure with. We're gonna smooth this hair out. It's time. Let's lock in. All right. We'll let the sound be on for a little bit. But at any time, I might go back to muting it, you know. There's sudden background interruptions that are unplanned, by the way. No painting going on here. This is not human hair. Although I miss coloring human hair. I miss it so much. I think I'm gonna post one of those videos back from when I first started YouTube to show y'all how I like to play in hair color. This is synthetic. But I play in human hair too. Thank you, thank you. We're doing a do-it-yourself lace closure wig. We're on the part where the closure is finished. And now, we're going to smooth this thing out. Because do you see the split ends? I'm going to show y'all what to do about that. So we're just taking it loose. We just twisted it up in sections to keep the flyaways down. And for those of you that were here when I went to perfuming and moisturizing the hair, that's part of the reason why the hair isn't more it ain't flying away as much. This has only been since I've added a second color. The purple has been deeply moisturized with a block of shea butter. You can use unrefined. I use unrefined. I don't know the difference between refined and unrefined. I use unrefined. And it's been working for me. So there's that. But since we added the black in there, I kept talking about, I was trying not to complain. Lord, help me not to complain. But there were so many flyaways. I'm like, Bro, we dipping in the shea butter block again. We finna do it. We got to. Because before we move on to the rest of this wig, baby, that has got to be smoothed out. So that's what we're doing. We're smoothing it out today before we get to the rest of the cap. We have to. We ain't gonna have a flyaway mess. Thank you, thank you. I'm still not sure if I want to keep it at this texture specifically. And God is doing his big one with this. We done finished the closure part. Look at God. Like for real, I ain't just talking. Okay. So I really should have just applied heat to it as I was taking down the sections, but we all right though. This is gonna get fixed. This is gorgeous. I just want you to see. I'm finna turn it. Don't worry. I'm finna turn it. I still can feel a lot of that shea butter that's in it that we put it in when it was just purple before we introduced this off black, the darkest brown. I consider off black to be darkest brown. Bam. Let's see how neat it is. God doing his big one. Where they do that at? God. Because it's not me. Okay. And if you're new here, my name is Jessica and I teach people how to smell good all day long. Bonuses, I love Jesus. But I also do hair and nails and feet. I stay right in my arena. God gave me all this stuff, beauty wise. I just stay in that arena. And so that if any of this interests you, including me making wigs from scratch, by the grace of God, then this may be the place for you. Now, we got to use heat to smooth this out. I'm not necessarily going to apply more shea butter because one, it's already on the purple portion, which is mixed all throughout. So I don't feel it's ready for another coating, another application of shea butter just yet. You know what? Let's do this right quick because I don't like looking de-split in. So we're going to trim it real quick. You can do this with regular scissors. I am not a licensed professional, but I happen to know how to do what most professionals that are licensed know how to do. But I'm still learning. I've been a do-it-yourself girly pre-YouTube. And so once I started YouTube, I'm like, well, okay. Yeah. So that's why I'm proud of all the do-it-yourself girlies on here and on the worldwide internets. I'm proud of them. You know how much coins people been saving since that thing came out, that 19? A lot. I know I have. I can't tell you the last time. What? Don't ask me the last time I went to somebody's salon. Okay, let's apply this heat here. You're gonna need a good comb or one of the brushes like the rounded brush like I use in the Dominican for my my Dominican sisters use to do the blowout. So we're just doing this to smooth the texture out because right now it's just looking like, you know, our hair straightened. But I'm aiming. I want to silk it out. That's all. I just want to silk it out. Yeah. Oh, forgive me. Forgive my impoliteness. For all headphone users, Sound warning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Won't last long. All right, we're gonna work section by section. So you can work in sections like this and comb it out. Or you can work smaller. I think I'm going to work smaller. Now I'm going to show you the sections. Because sometimes you might want to attempt this and you want to, maybe not the wig, maybe just learn how to do on your hair or maybe human hair. Rules is the same for this. At least for the smoothing out process. Okay, we got to pin this to the side. Got to do something with this. I don't want it in the way and blowing everywhere, and then I done just undid everything I done done. Welcome to the live. We're smoothing out the hair on the closure. Closure is finished by the grace of God. Hallelujah. I was like, what? What? Oh, Herb and close in that little spot we had. Close it in last night. Thank you, Jesus. What? But we learned something. Sound warning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's for the headphone users. And for those like play it on speaker. Okay. Low heat always, especially for synthetic hair, because it's more likely to burn. Low heat always. Even if you apply shea butter on it and you perfume your hair or you moisturize the synthetic hair with shea butter, still low heat. Because if you do high heat and you've put a product on it like shea butter, which acts as a barrier between the hair and the heat that you're using, whether you blow dry it or flat iron it, it'll burn and burn and burn that layer and go straight to the hair and melt it, and then you don't ruin your stuff. I'm here to tell you, don't do that. I made no mistakes with flat irons and with blow dryers. Low heat always with synthetic hair. Human hair too, but I'm saying it right now because we're working with synthetic hair. I'm just silking it out, not completely because I still want some of that texture. I still want it to look like our hair straightened. Just kind of silking out the roots and a little bit of the rest of the hair shaft. I believe that's what you call it. Okay, let's section off another section. You see how they see the level of thickness? About that thick or just a tad bit thinner. And we're going to smooth this baby out before we move on to the rest of the cap, because baby, we're not going to I saw them flyaways and I instantly knew we're going to have to smooth this out. We're going to have to. But I like kinky straight. So it's like, you got to meet it right in the middle, right in the middle. right in the middle. Let's twist this up, not all the way to the end, just because we keep grabbing pieces from it. I just need it out the way. There we go. Let's grab this comb through it. And I went on and locked in with the other piece. Okay. And remember to take all your hair out the comb every time you pass it through a section. So you're not gooping it together. Maybe that's not the best word. Goop remind me of a doggone glue that they probably don't sell anymore. If they do sell it, somebody let me know. I know that's weird. I know that's weird. Don't put goop in your hair. This goop is like for you know, at home projects. Sound warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Isn't that fun? Okay. Because I'm not close enough. Pull it close. All right, let's try this again. Palm ain't working. We're just gonna stick with what we got. Use our hand. We're kind of smoothing it out towards the scalp and smoothing it out at the ends. So by the time we get ready to run this hair through, especially since we added a second color and it was just very split in. It's very flyaway-ish. If you smooth out the ends and the roots of it, the parting, keep the middle kind of still textured in the middle, then that's going to make for some very nice definition of already kinky straight once you run that shea butter through it again. For those that didn't see that, it's a couple videos back, and I mean since we've been doing the purple. Okay, all right, so I feel like this twisting over to the side method is not working. We need to get a better method going. let it fall. I'm gonna just let it fall. I almost sung a song. I'm not trying to get no correct. Might make up one. I don't know. Okay. Let me get this section out of the way. So it could be much more manageable. This is a lot of hair. You imagine wearing this on your head and you ain't really sectioning nothing off. So we're gonna twist it off like this until we can get to it. We ain't done with it. This is just a part of the process. And I figured do this now before we get to finishing the wig like we did the last time. We actively weren't learning from our mistakes, and y'all seeing it. We're gonna try something different. Last time we kind of waited till we was done with the blonde one. You seen the blonde one on the channel. I made it. I'm just, hold on. I waited to about the end and then talk about some smoothing it out. Nah, baby, do it now. A section at a time. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, that's so much better. And then I want to show you the difference before I comb this section out between what we smoothed out. We smoothed out the scalp, the parting, and then we smoothed out the ends and kind of kept the middle portion textured. I feel like that's going to look its neatest. This is how I like it personally. To tell you the truth, whenever it's kinky straight, I like for the roots of it, the parting, to kind of be smooth out, keep the texture in the middle, and then smooth out them ends and keep the middle that same kinky straight texture. All right. I am going to mute this so you can still enjoy it. Let's lock in. still smell good too. So just in case you wonder why she's sniffing that. Couple videos back, how to perfume hair. I put that perfume shea butter I made in right up in there. It still smell. It's been days since I've done it. That's what I like. It stays in the hair, acts as a protective barrier against heat. Pretty nice. It's just breezy. If you could get past that and learn how to apply it in smaller increments throughout the hair in sections that are also in smaller increments, it can work for you. All right, let me lock in. We soaking it out. That's what we doing. We meaning me and then y'all here spending time together watching me do it. Me, God, and y'all. Soaking it out. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. You see how much nicer those ends? It's split, but we're gonna run this. We're gonna run shea butter through this one more time since we added the dark brown, which looks black. All right, let's lock in. This seems to be an all purple side of the wig. Very textured. As you can see, very textured. Let me compare. Bam. Okay. I'm just silking it out a little bit where it keeps its texture. All right. Let me look. We got to finish though. Welcome, welcome. We are smoothing out our do-it-yourself lace closure wig. We're on the closure portion. So before I move on to anything else, I want the main star of the show, which is the closure, to be the smoothest thing walking. Well, walking, the smoothest thing ever on the wig. All right, we're gonna section off more, so let's lock in. think we're gonna need a different angle. Appreciate y'all watching. We basically giving this a, I don't know, I guess you wanna call this a silk press. We silking it out. That's what I'm gonna call it. On a lace closure wig. Trying to wear a little belt, but whatever. Whatever. Not a little belt. Thing keep coming off. I need to concentrate. Off it goes. It's definitely giving silk press. Mind you, with all the cap out. Okay. Got work ahead of us. You have to be careful you're doing it with your hands. That's just something I've been doing, learning how to bump the ends with just a blow dry. You'd be surprised what you can get done when you don't have the tools you need. And you just got to use what you have. Because by the time you get what you need, and the Lord bless you with the tools you need, it's like, well, I'm so used to using what I have. I still don't know where the doggone flat iron is. Frankly, I'm not really worried about it. Cause baby, do you see? Do you see all that shiny goodness? Yeah. Nice. Nice. I'm trying to keep the middle portion of it kind of textured and not exactly smooth it out all the way because I want some of that texture there. Otherwise, why call it kinky straight? Why? Coming on really nice, and I'm seeing a whole lot more flyaways that y'all might can't see. Yeah, that's a no-no with straight hair. Kinky straight you might get away with, but you still need a level of smoothness. That's my personal opinion. I personally like a little bit smooth in the parting, smooth at the ends. Section this off another part. And then do you see the difference between it being textured and it being smoothed out? I'm still keeping some of that texture. This is proof you can do it without a flat iron. I got one, but we use that one. The bump ends is a little tiny. It's a tiny one, smaller one. Come in different sizes. That ain't going up, and it's okay. sound warning. There we go. Make sure I'm pulling this taut. There we go. Pay attention to that because this is towards the back portion of the head on either side. You're looking at two different textures. Twisted, this is our last section we're doing. Don't mean we're done. And then we just silked out the back here. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, that's nice. Now, this last one. Looking like that. detangle. Same process when you deep condition your natural hair. Detangle before you do anything. Detangle before styling. Detangling before washing. Curling. Silking the hair out. Here's your sound warning for headphone users and for those that play on speaker. Okay. Starting to smell smokiness. I'm like, this is why you use low heat only. I still see some texture. Okay. So before I drop it in with the rest, you still see some texture in both of it. All right. So we're definitely not done. But we just got to silken this out. So that thing there is nice. Okay. Now we've combed it one way. Here's the thing about straightening, and here's the thing about silking it out. If you do it one way and you let it cool one way, and that ain't how you want it styled, you're gonna have to come up off that and brush it the other way, like what I'm doing right now. The roots are still a little thick because I still wanted the thickness. I still wanted some of the texture, but it's a bit more, whole lot more manageable, easier to comb through. Now, let me lock in. I won't be doing much talking, but I'm going to keep my eye on the comments. Because we got to get rid of these flyaways. I still see some. Now I'm not cutting layers, but we getting looking at it like this from the side, from all angles, and we get rid of these flyaways. That's what we do. witness all the flyaway cutting for now. I know probably y'all was getting nervous. Shoot, cut the flyaway. You think I'm gonna cut it like this? At all? No. We're pretty much keeping the length. That's what we're gonna do. I don't like flyaways. Okay. I'll do a few touch-ups here because we're not done. Even at this stage, we're not done. Let's lock it. Just gonna softly braid this. We ain't gonna braid it too tight, because what I don't want is when I unravel it, we got a nice braid out. That ain't what I want to do right now. We gonna braid it out the way. Looks so much better. And silked it out. Let me see what these comments are. Recognize that is either Spanish or Portuguese. So before I cut the, you know how the braiders do that? Cut the flyaways. Let's see what's going on with these comments. Hold on. Because I gotta keep my comments here and see what we got going on. All right, so let's do this. Let's see what some of y'all have shared. Might be French now looking at it. I've had to learn to build for fragrances, yeah. But it's just fine in general. We'll see. I appreciate you. Is it Holkara Burish? Appreciate you. Mucho gracias. You are most welcome. Can't believe I waited that long. I was like, I saw it was like such a long sentence, and I'm like, look, let me figure it out. Okay, so what this thing is doing. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with. We done silked it out. We're gonna get rid of the flyaways. We're not cutting the hair at all. Okay. You worried I'm gonna do this? I'm not. Okay. Holding it to the side. Get rid of the flyaways. Same thing that braiders do. Now some of them use mousse and then do it, or the other way around. Not sure the exact thing, but we're out of mousse from doing the blonde one. Yeah. Should have bought more than one bottle. But that's on me. We're cutting flyaways off, not the hair. Okay, in case you're a little nervous. This thing, I'm not cutting the hair. You see all this silky, gorgeous. No, I'm not cutting it. We're not doing this. We're cutting the flyaways from the side. That's all. I'm just getting them flyaways from the side. From the side. See? The side. Eliminating more of those flyaways helps it to look smoother. Especially when you're wearing a texture like this that's so straight and silky. Or textured and silky, the mix of both. So I'm gonna get rid of those flyaways. Because if you ever worn straight hair, it's like them flyaways, baby. You need wax, gel, or something to tame it. You need it. It's a requirement. Unless you like that textured look where it's just you leave the flyaways in there. I like to get rid of them as much as possible. Have some level of smoothness to textured ratio of the hair. Some smoothness, some texture. A bit of both. You see how much smoother that looks? Almost smoothing it out. I'm starting to cut a little bit of layers in it, but we ain't even ready for that yet. I'm just doing it to the ends because I don't want to be fooling with it too much. But I'm not cutting the length of the hair. Just trying to get it real manageable. So we're going to do a whole lot of shedding and flyaways. And this is something that comes with practice. I see lots of split ends, and I know what to do about them, but right now we're going to cut down the flyaways and the shedding of hair. And that's all we're doing. We're just making it very smooth. That's all. I'm not cutting the hair. I'm cutting the flyaways. A person that I like neatness, so neatness with hair. You need as less flyaways as possible. Nothing ain't gonna be perfect, but if you aim for neat, you'll have great results. You'll feel better about it. All I want to get rid of is them flyaways. I'm keeping the length of the hair. Because if you was here earlier, you can wind it back. How nice it's looking. No, I'm not cutting the length. No, so just for those of you that were worried I was going to cut it. Let me stop playing before it actually happened accidentally. Rebuke that. We're just getting rid of flyaways. That's the reason why I'm saying it over and over. I'm not cutting this hair. Just get rid of the flyaways. And just kind of lightly layering the ends and kind of thinning it out. But we ain't cutting this length. The blonde one, we kind of cut some of the length because it was just bulky and I had to wind up layering it. For the most part, I kept the length, but probably lost a couple inches. This, I'm not trying to, whoa, I like this length. We'll see. I like this length. Get rid of that flyway. I'm not cutting the hair. I'm saying that because I don't want y'all to worry for those that's worried. I'm cutting the flyaways as much as I possibly can. You ever seen people with a whole bunch of doggone that hair down to the derriere, to their bottom, and they snip it, and people be mad, but then you have to realize that's their hair. That's a lot of work to go through. To have to manage that and take care of that, and you don't know what made them come to a point like, you know what, it's just hair, it'll grow back. Because it will, if you take good care of it. I am not a licensed professional, I just know how to do most of what the licensed professionals know how to do. I do it for myself. Just getting the flyaways out the way, that's all. Just checking for more flyaways. I see a little tiny one. I'm not cutting the hair. Cutting the flyaways. That's all. That's exactly why I'm not making no sudden movements because I'm not cutting the hair. Yeah, I'm pretty much leave it like this. See how nice and smooth that is. Very nice. Okay, so we gotta map out the rest of the cap. Let's see. Okay, so we got to map out this wig. They normally use a white crayon, pencil, makeup. Okay, because we gotta think of the tracks. Yeah. The best way to measure evenly, so you have an even distribution of your tracks. That's what I call them. You see the corners of the lace closure? Take and draw a line from there to the end of the cap. You're already keeping the same even distribution of hair. Density, in other words, as the thickness of the hair. And then take it from the other corner, draw it down. All right. So let's map out what we're gonna do. Now, since these eyeliner pencils can go fast, or crayon pencil, whatever, I think they got colored pencils specifically for this. You want to be careful you ain't wearing it out and unnecessarily overusing the product. Right. So we're going to take from this corner and draw it all the way down there. We're just mapping out where we're going to put our tracks. Because we're done. We're pretty much done for now with the lace closure. We are aiming for a flat foundation. A flat one. Because who want a humpy wig? How many of y'all done wore humpy wigs before? I have. Okay. And you don't know what, you didn't know at the time what to do with it. I understand. And sometimes humpy because it's too much hair in one place and it's not evenly distributed. Okay, got one line there. Took it from the corner of the closure all the way down. Gonna have an even distribution. You can do this with human hair lace closures too. See, we don't ran out of pencil and we need to sharpen her. All right, we find it. We find it. Un momento, por favor. Okay. You need to find it. Try not to harm someone. No strikes. No claims. Okay. We're not finding what we're looking for. Tell me what you're looking for. Shorty to stop singing. I'm not going to stress about it. We're going to just see if we can find it. Alright. It is not there. Okay. It is somewhere. That's what we do. Okay. I can't hum that. You can't hum that, woman. Don't do that. I guess I'm lazy as hell. Alright. Figure it out. Can't find what we're looking for. Tell me what you're looking for. And I can't find it. It's a joke. Okay. Hey. We are mapping out our wig. Lace closure's done. We mapping out our wig for our tracks. I can't find the sharpener and we need to get to work with mapping it out. So use what you have. So white is the most commonly used to map it out. Makeup. I would prefer use a makeup pencil because it's skin grade. Anything else, like you color on paper, that's paper grade, not necessarily skin grade. Because you put this stuff on, especially you think about putting this stuff on your head or anybody's head. Get makeup grade, skin grade. Makeup grade is skin grade. Not a medical professional, not licensed, but I'm just telling you what I know. Hold on, I'm trying to not do what it was meant to do. All right, so I'm gonna do this other side. Appreciate you. Is it pronounced Tache or Tache? I got a thing with names. I got this story that about this lady I used to work with all the many years ago, and she butchered my name. And ever since, I'm like, look, let me just. I'm thinking to myself, hey God, let me not mess up other folk name. But yeah, appreciate you. Owe everything to God, cause you have one bad experience with a wig. Touche. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have one bad experience with a wig, and babies like that secured the wig. Mm. And it happened either one other time. You have to excuse me because the nails kept coming off, so I took the rest of them off. I said, you know what? We can do those another time. We need to get this done. You have one bad experience with a wig, and baby, it'll teach you something. Secure the wig. And 9 times out of 10, that's the issue. Other than it looking humpy, or the hair quality is bad. You're gonna do straight up and down from the corners of the wig, where you sewed from the corner of the closure, all the way down. If you're gonna do this, don't get colored pencils like on paper if you can help it. If you have to go to the Dollar Tree, $1.25 tree. Last I heard is 1.75 tree. Go there. They should have a white makeup crayon eyeliner pencil for you for a purpose such as this. Yeah, that tree snatched me. I wasn't listening to God warning me, like, look, this thing done caught a couple strands. Like, you see the number of strands that it took for me to make the lace closure about that size. It would be grabbing some strands on every other day, or every other week, or every week. And I just kept doing, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going on this time. It won't catch me. And it caught me that day. And I said, baby, no. I start sewing my wigs down. That's one of the first things I started doing. I sewed it down around you see the perimeter of this wig? I start sewing it down. Sleeping it. I'm like, well, I got to learn to take care of the hair anyway. It was human hair. I was doing pack hair and tracks. And baby, I sewed that hair down right around the perimeter. That's one of the best ways to secure the wig. Sew it down around the perimeter. This was pre-lace wigs. Okay, this is the wigs it ain't had no lace. There wasn't such a thing as lace. Okay, if it did exist, we ain't know nothing about it. It wasn't released to the general public. Okay, this was like, oh Lord, do I even tell the year? No, I ain't ashamed of my age. What I'm high school. Okay, I'll give you that, but I ain't giving you the year. Okay, baby. After that, I started sewing the wigs down the perimeter all the way. So that and kept my hair braided kind of nice underneath. It was not the braid out. It was not the braid downs that I do. It was not the foundation of how I do them now. Cause I didn't know how to braid across and all that. I had to learn YouTube University. So I would just braid it the best way I know how. I forgot how I used to braid it before my current braiding cornrow foundation. And babe, I started sewing them things around the perimeter. Ta 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 ta. It ain't moved nowhere. I would wear it until it slid back and my hair would grow up underneath all that new growth. I'm like, okay. I would very carefully spend my time, usually a day off or whatever like that, and take scissors very carefully and only search for the hair sewing thread, the one that's meant for sewing, and take it out, take it off. Whoo! Everybody know that feeling. The wig wearers know what I'm talking about. Take it off when you first take it off before you get into taking your cornrows out. Whew. Relief. But I ain't had no more problem with my wig sliding back or no tree snatching my doggone wig. I ain't had no more problem with that. Then I got tired of sewing it down. I'm like, well, how is I secured? I don't want to take a chance. Then some very talented, lovely young lady, whoever she was on YouTube, started the elastic band method. Now some wig companies, not all, some of them still ain't, kind of got the hint, I guess. That's not shade. Maybe they don't want to do it. Some of them picked up and started including the elastic band in the wig. They'll sew it in there or make it detachable. They know. Yeah. After that, I said, baby, no. Ain't enough offers in the world for me. There's a reason why I'm saying it like that. To be like, oh, you'll walk around with your weird unsecure. It lies you. Nope. The enemy is a liar and the truth ain't it. The devil is a liar and the truth ain't it. I'm not doing that. No. In every language. No. So this is what we got so far. Take the corners of your lace clothes. You could do this with a human hair one. So although I'm doing this with all synthetic hair, there's some of these tips and methods work the same for human hair. Not all. This is one that works for human hair because I have worked with human hair quite a bit too. Your lace closure, take the human hair one. Right after you sew it on, you want to do this map in method. Take the corner or where you sewed it down to the dome cap, draw it down. Now we have 3 even spots. Bam, bam, boom. Okay? That ensures that you have even distribution. Now, are we done? No. Because now we have to put 1 to 2 inch sections. Draw those lines across and have yourself a good sharpener handy. Don't make my mistake and I don't know where I done put the thing. So just to recap, we have basically done a silk press on this do-it-yourself lace closure with this synthetic hair. We done smoothed it out. We done cut as many flyaways as possible from it, at least 4 now. We have cut those split ends. And I've stressed the importance of keeping the texture, but smoothing out the scalp part, the lace part, and smoothing out the ends and keeping the middle kind of textured still, but kind of smooth. Because that's personally how I like it. That way it cuts down some of the bulk and the thickness. We're keeping the length, we're not cutting it. That's why I was going through that part a couple minutes ago. I said, look, if you think you see me with the scissors, like, oh man. All right, I'm gonna head out. She finna cut the length of that wig. I'm mad at her. I'm not cutting it. Okay. That's why I kept saying it. Turn it sideways. We're cutting the flyaways. Because I don't have wax right now. Hair wax. Edge control. And then I showed you all how to map it out, how to at least get an even distribution of your tracks, because we got to do the tracks. Now the front is looking kind of straight, but because it's glueless, we'll go over that on how you can still kind of, I don't want to say finesse. You could still make it work. We're not there yet, but I will say this. You are not obligated. Well, I'm going to point it out to you at the top right-hand side screen if you're on mobile or any other device. That's the subscribe button. You are not obligated. But if you want to increase your chance of seeing the continuation of this, because now we're finished with the lace, do-it-yourself lace closure, and we got to do the tracks. You might want to hit that subscribe button and hit the all bell. That increases your chances of seeing me next time. Now, I don't know when I'm going to be back, but I'm going to be back by the grace of God. Y'all the real MVPs, and I'm not just saying that, for y'all rocking with me this long. And we on number 2. Y'all rock with me with the blonde one that's sitting up there somewhere. Y'all with me with the purple and black one. I also don't just do hair. I do nails. I do feet. I talk about hygiene a lot. I stay right in that arena. If that interests you, you can also hit the subscribe bell, but you're not obligated. Subscribing just increases the chance of you seeing it next time. I love each and every one of you. We gon' park it and save the fun part.